trophy, right? But we'll put the big guy off. Sorry, one second, I'm a little bit away now. Bear with. Are you doing nothing? Sorry? Not saying anything.
Good afternoon, folks. Dave Hopkin here, alongside Colo Blasi.
How we doing, guys? Good to be on commentary. We've got Tier 1 final. Matthew Rigley versus Stephen Ellis. Should be a good game. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it should be a very good game. Obviously both in decent form because we're both in the final. Stephen, main event winner from event 1. Matthew fell a bit short in the main event. I think was it qualifying round.
Yeah,
I think he got to
hill with Dario.
Yeah, but I think that put a bit of fire in his belly, and he's done the business here. Had some good results, solid form, and yeah, you don't get to a final for nothing.
It's posing for the camera. So yeah, I think Matthew came through a hill battle with Phil Wildman. That looked like a very tense game. So he must be playing well, Matthew. I think this is the first Tier 1 final. And yeah, he seems to be hitting the ball really nice. It's good to see, and hopefully you see a good performance. We'll see Stephen Ellis. We've seen him win the last event. We know what he can do. So I think this is going to be a very close final. We've got race to 9 here. Alternate breaks, playing the match room break box. Speaking of the break box, how you been breaking? Breaking well?
Yeah, I've been breaking pretty decent. Unfortunately, I don't seem to have too much sitting up in terms of attacking. I had to push out a lot and go a bit tactical, but I've been in control of the table a lot more than I was at the first one, and certainly than I have been at the matchroom event. But a good break there from Matthew to start off with. Bit thin on the 3, but he's got options.
Yeah, so he's got a thin cut on the 3. The 4 doesn't pass into the middle, so he may have to hold this up. See what he plays.
Well, we could zigzag it and play it to the right middle. We'll see what he feels.
Yeah, it's that blind cut, isn't it? Even though these pockets down the rails, they're a lot more forgiving, them blind cutbacks are still tight.
Yeah.
So they're the shots that can really, you can get caught up on.
And on the slidey cloth, they can sort of, not necessarily skid in terms of a kick, but just sort of play a little thicker on contact on the slidey across.
Yeah. So, just looking at a jump here, or I don't know how
Yeah, I think
equipped Stephen Ellis is with a jump cue. I know he's a Chinese 8-ball
yeah,
player.
I think he's fine. I mean, I'm not saying it's a gimme, but it's not a particularly. It's not a full ball jump, and the three's close to the pocket. Fancy him to make this. It's just a case of controlling it. No.
Yeah, it didn't look.
Where's the 9?
Hello.
Where's the 9? Oh.
Wow, what a way to win the first rack.
Yeah, opens his account with a fluke.
Oh, he's smiling at the moment. He enjoyed that one. This is game of 9-ball. It can happen time to time.
Yep.
He didn't look completely comfortable in that
No,
jump,
he didn't.
has to be said.
And in a way, you kind of expect Stephen to be accomplished at the jumping side of it. He's a very tall guy. I think he's about 6'6", so he's going to get plenty of leverage on his jump shots. But yeah, he didn't look comfortable, like you say. But he's won the rack from it somehow, and he's breaking in the second.
So back to the break. Breaking with an open bridge here, Stephen Ellis. Don't see that very often, but oh, he hit that break quite nice. Just missed the one.
I was about to say he does hit the break pretty well. I played him in the first event, in the main event, and he did break very well with that open bridge. Plenty of power behind it.
So looking at a push out here, what do you see on the push out? You don't want to leave a pot. So it's a bit of a tricky shot because whenever you're pushing out, you're going to be at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
So you need to find. It's a good skill to have in your bag.
Yeah, when I was on comms for the Tier 1 final in the first event, and I described it as basically it's like a tactical tightrope. You know, you try and tempt your opponent into something that'd leave you a chance, but you've also got to fancy the shot yourself.
Yeah, so maybe coming off thin off the 1 ball, 2 rails back down. I mean, it's quite an elaborate shot.
Stephen may try and pot this. No, he's gone safe.
I think that was the shot I saw first. Yeah,
that was the shot.
Just overran it, so I think you can see a 4 ball contact here, and he could be hiding behind the 8 with a nice stun stroke.
So the thing with Stephen, he is such an accomplished potter that he could just attack out of nowhere in a situation like that. He's somebody that might see a shot and think, what the hell, I'm going to go for this, and he can nail them. But it was the right shot in the end, I believe.
He's just decelled on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just wanted to hide him behind that 8.
Sat in line with this, and there is an edge. He might need a slight bit of a swerve, but there is an edge.
I mean, you'd
pot this.
Yeah, you can expect him to get the pot here, but that key ball is going to be quite wild, probably crashing into the 4.
Yeah, it's a difficult one to judge because I do think he needs a bit of right hand side on this just to bring it in a touch. You know what, he's played that straight with drag, he's found the edge.
Oh, that's so unlucky. Ooh. Played such a brilliant shot there. He's just gone past that 4 without getting any contact with it.
I think he's in still. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought he was looking at the 3, so I assumed he was in there.
What a brilliant shot that was.
But he's hooked himself there. That's a little careless.
Yeah.
That's a little careless.
He'd be frustrated with that. Let's see if he can fluke another 9. Don't know if he can reach this. We might be seeing a rest. No,
he's going to go for the kick.
I quite like the rest jump shot here.
You're a lot more adventurous than I am, and Steve Ellis is. Yeah, the scratch. I was about to say you've got to try and avoid the scratch here.
Yeah, so early chance for Matthew to get his arm going. I mean, as long as he gets a nice angle on this 7 ball, he should be fine here. Just needs 1 rail up, or he might just, not use the rail, keep it simple. It's nice.
Yeah, it could be a nice settler for Matt.
Yeah, sometimes you need that.
Yeah, you just need
a final.
Yeah, just 4 or 5 balls, nice and easy.
Oh, he's come a little bit short. But
He's a bit short, but he's got the angle to work it round 3 and then come back past the 9.
you just need to mind your work not crashing into the 9 on the way back.
Yeah. It's not the end of the world being short on that one. Might be a bit zippy, this.
Yeah, he's played that well.
He's played it well, yeah. I thought at first when it came off the first rail it was going to maybe go past, but he's controlled it pretty well.
Yeah, so simple 9.
Nice settle out there.
1-1 here. Oh, Matthew just hurt his hand getting the ball out of the pocket. You got a final to play, Matthew.
Stephen was frustrated with that one. He had a really good chance there. Careless positional shot 3 to 4 cost him. And I think I wouldn't say he sort of had a lash at it, but it was almost a bit of a case of hit and hope on the kick shot maybe, because that scratch was always a possibility.
All right. Break from Matthew. Can he make that one?
He's hitting that break lovely. He hit the first one well, just didn't sit up for him, but that one, he absolutely crushed it. 3 balls down. Again, he's not got a particularly favourable first shot, but he's got control of the rack.
Yeah, he does look like he's hitting the break really well, Matthew, to be fair to him.
And that is so key. It sets your whole game up. Yep. You know, you get a chance to attack or defend on your own terms, and yeah, we see all the top players. They all hit the break so well, you know, and quite often the ones that win these big tournaments are the ones that find that break.
Yeah.
Ellis Yap in the UK Open was a prime example.
Yeah.
Finds the break and then goes off on a mad one in the final.
All right, so what do you see here? I don't really see much value in the attacking shot.
I think he can play the 3 up and down and go in behind the 8.
Yeah, I just need to mind the double kiss.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine. He's got enough angle. But he might attack. No, gone the other way.
He's trying to come behind the 7.
He's left an open ball. I might have played that up and down and tried to get the 3 ball between the left-hand diamond and the central diamond, use the 8 as cover.
I quite like the line he was going at, because even if you know he's messed up the position with the keyboard, but the 3 is still safe. I think it was a good safety option.
He's giving Stephen an open shot to get him behind this crowd of balls
very
here.
Good. Oh,
I think he's gapped it, but
he's left the Watford.
Yeah.
Shout out Watford.
There's nothing easy here. Not sure if the scratch is on off the court. I don't think it is.
With these brutal middle pockets, I don't really think that 5 is very playable onto the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's playing that with a touch of English, and it just makes that shot a lot harder than it looks.
Yeah. The 3's got a path through to the pocket. Stephen's kind of queuing round the 7, but he's a left-hander, so it's perhaps not as hampered as a right-hander would be, but it's still tricky queuing, maybe.
And then there's not much offering up.
There's not much offering up on the 5. It might be worth turning the pot down here.
Because the combo, that doesn't lie too easy.
No, the combo's not. I mean, because he's a fabulous potter, he might just fire at this and try and get back. No, stopped it. Played the percentages.
I think he's going to fire
go
at the
for
combo.
long distance combo on the 6.
needs to be careful, because if he catches just the left side of that 6, that 5 is going to track down to the short rail. And he's going to have no shot. Could even hook himself behind the 9. Just needs to mind.
Well, he's a bit off angle, I think, from on the 5 as well, so the 9 could come into play. But combos are really tricky in that you're trying to control 3 elements.
Yeah.
Cue ball, first object ball, and the ball you're potting. And a lot can go wrong, especially when there's distance involved, like there is here.
If he's going at the combo, I'd like to hit it with a bit of pace. Because if you make it, then probably going to hopefully get more of an opening.
He's just tucking in behind the 9, just rolling it.
Yeah,
I think
that's a shot.
I think that was the percentage play.
But
I think that was the percentage play.
so I think we're looking at a 1 rail kick for Matthew. Yeah, trying to make this ball. Doesn't need to mind the slide off the cushion. Referee just wiping the chalk off, obviously accidental. That's a good effort.
Good attempt. Kind of forced into going for that.
It's the right shot. It's
Yeah.
you know, he's got to, sometimes they go in, sometimes they don't.
You kind of know playing it. You're almost going to sell out the rack if you miss it, but you're going to win the rack if you make it.
Got some noise in the background. So simple 7-8-9.
Yep.
Stephen Ellis for a 2-1 lead.
Just a little float up with some right hand side.
I have to say, watching Stephen Ellis play, he seems so accurate when he's potting the balls.
Yeah,
That's
I think
that's that Chinese 8 ball.
well, he was a very accomplished snooker player before that as well. You know, that's his background. I think he's known Marcel Price for many years. So yeah, his snooker background. Oh guys, hello. Yeah, his snooker background is where his technique's from, and when those basics are there from snooker, when you played at the level of the snooker that Stephen did, is you're in place to play anything really.
Well, where did Stephen get to in the snooker?
I don't think he was pro.
Not too sure.
I think he was similar to Marcel. I think they both played Welsh amateur for the Welsh amateur team, like Four Nations.
Yeah.
But I think they sort of grew up around the likes of Michael White, Matthew Stevens, those sort of guys.
Yeah.
I think they're well known in practice. So. And there was the 1 ball.
Right, so you guys enjoying the stream?
Sean Johnson, the old mucker watching from Derby. Any good this weekend, David? Not particularly. Don't want to talk about it.
That's 9 ball.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. Can be painful games sometimes.
Yeah, good spells, bad spells.
I mean, you ran Ashik and Imran to the wire pretty much.
Yeah.
Just came up short.
Really good game against Ashik.
Yeah.
Really good. And a really bang average game with Imran, to be fair. And quite frankly, I dogged it. So there we go. Enough said about that. Stephen Ellis has gone for a table on the ground.
Ooh. I think he's tried to play that with a bit of safety, coming behind the 8 to leave himself on the 3.
Yeah,
and he's
just a bit firm.
Just not stunned that
Just a bit
across
firm.
quite enough. So another look at an open table from Matthew. Can he get on this 3 just off straight? That's the question here. Yeah.
Played that well.
Very nice. Because the rail's so slidey, I think he's played it with a little bit more spin than you usually need. And he's come up straight here. It's still
got
okay.
A little bit of angle, I think. And just come straight back. No, stopped it, left it longer. So he maybe could have sort of Played a bit of a snap draw back and got a little bit closer if he needed to.
Yeah, I think Matthew definitely backs his potting ability.
Yeah.
Very, very good maker of the ball. So you know, something like this, as long as you're in line, it should be fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Little stun shot here.
Yeah, would have liked to be straight, but it still works like this.
But it's not too bad. He can come across and then he can sort of play the 6 round 2 rails, coming to the line of the 7 ball.
Yeah.
So you can choose to stun across here if he wants to and use the angle to come round for the 7. A little bit like that. Yeah. That's a nice angle now. Just avoid the 8 ball, and he's probably got about 5 foot to land it in.
I think he's okay.
Just about okay.
Yeah.
Just about.
I think he's just got a little bit of tension. He's just got into that a little bit too much. But he should be fine. I don't think he even needs a second rail here.
No, I think he can just float it down. Maybe a little bit of check to slow it up, not too much. Now he's gone 2 rails.
Yeah, I prefer the 2 rails.
Yeah,
I wasn't
fine.
too sure if he had the angle. Ever notice with Matthew, he throws the cue. So he goes through the ball, he throws the cue through his hand.
I've never noticed that, to be fair.
Yeah. There you go. 2-2.
Yeah, nice out. Levels the scores. Big Steve's coach is watching, made a comment. He's a 140 plus break snooker player. There you go. I know he was very accomplished. As was Marcel. Well, probably still is, to be fair.
A few, I see the winner of the main event, Fraser Patrick. He used to be a good snooker player.
Been on off the tour a couple of times, and that in itself, I don't think people realise how good you've got to be to even get on the tour, especially coming through the Q school over in Britain.
Yeah, definitely. Standard so
you know,
high.
and he's had a couple of good wins there on the snooker tour and that, but it's such a tough school to stay on. You know, and you see comments online against certain players saying he's rubbish and this and that, and everybody seems to get compared to the class of '92 standards, and that's really not the reality. If you can stay on the snooker tour for a few years, 5 years, 10 years, players that have been around it for 20 years even, you don't realise how good they are to do that, just to stay on the tour, make the living. So Fraser's obviously done fantastically well to get on the tour, and okay, he's come off it a couple of times, but it is tough.
Well, again, another great break from Matthew.
Yeah.
He had a thin cut on that 2. I think he kind of take his medicine there, and now he's got to come with a big shot here on the 3. So if he gets on this 5, you fancy him 3-2 up, just a better down on this.
He's hit that well.
He's playing well.
Yeah. He's hitting the ball with a lot of authority. He obviously feels confident. And like I say, I think his early-ish exit, well, by his standards, would be early. He'd be looking for more than qualifying rounds in the main event. Put a bit of 5 in his belly. Almost playing with a bit of a point to prove.
Yeah. So up for the 7 here, and
that's fine. Spin that round, 2 rails, top and right. Unless he can stun straight down, he's got options.
Well, yeah, just needs to make sure he gets on this 9 nicely.
Yeah.
But other than that, you fancy him out here, and I'd have to say I think Matthew looks better opening a few racks with this game.
Yeah,
I think he looks settled.
Yeah. Yeah, nicely controlled there.
That's a good top rail.
Yes.
Nice easy 9 down the rail. It's not going to miss us.
Nice shot.
Go hit that with confidence.
Takes the lead. very confident out there from Matthew.
So 3-2 lead for Matthew Rigley. I think Stephen Ellis will be a little bit frustrated. I think he's given away a couple of chances at the start. But Matthews took advantage. He's up in this race to 9, Tier 1 final. What an event it's been this weekend, that's to say. This is event 2 of the resurrected GB9 tour, and it's fantastic. Do you think the setup?
Absolutely, yeah. Again, I was on comms for Tier 1 final at the last event, so I couldn't speak highly enough. The equipment here and the surroundings, everything about it's top class and befitting of a tournament at the GB9.
It's just fantastic. Like, the tables are playing great. We've got practice tables. Like, the atmosphere is great.
Yep.
We had a good crowd in for the final last night. So yeah, it's really growing. So anyone watching this, we really encourage you to get involved. Because whatever standard player you are, it's just a great event. Get involved, meet people, make friends, and try your best to play against some of the best in the country.
But another thing I'll sort of mention about the tables, really, obviously we know how hot it's been outside and how humid it can be, and I don't think the external conditions are quite often in clubs that can affect the tables. I think the tables have run exactly how they did in March, to be honest with you, pretty much. There's been no effect on the outside conditions haven't affected the tables at all, which I think is a compliment to how they've set up the club and how they've conditioned the club in this heat,
Yeah, it's just little things like Tash is the main one that's done up the tables, but on every table they put new Clash steel tops on them.
Right.
And I think they've, as the tables are getting more worn, they've been like softening the cushions so they still play well. All these little things make a massive difference. So just Spots and Stripes, the staff, and Tash for doing the tables, they're all doing a great job.
Absolutely.
It's great, and players that keep coming back, and it will encourage new players who are seeing these events go by want to get involved. It's good. Hopefully we grow. We're looking for 96 next event. That's what we hope. And it's exciting times for the GB9.
Absolutely. Back to the game, and a really good opening couple of shots there from Matthew, and again hitting the ball so well, so much authority. Doesn't really, not to curse him, don't look like missing at the minute. Commentator's curse, Mr. H. Apologies to Matthew Rigley, I should have kept my mouth shut.
Just need to take his time with this, compose himself. He's quite good with the jump cue, Matthew, so I'd fancy him to make this, to be honest.
Yeah, good recovery, well played.
So,
see how it feels like playing this. Yeah, he might play it with top and left to come round too. Bit of stunt, a little bit like that.
Yeah, that's a brilliant shot.
Yeah, control the
past the 9.
He's going to be feeling good here, Matthew. Yeah, he made an error there, but recovered from it well. And
he's got to keep an eye on if he makes a good lead in this match. His semi-final, he went 5-1 up, and Phil Wildman came right back at him. And he came out with a winner, hill in the end. But you just need to make sure he takes all these chances he's getting.
Yeah,
he hasn't really missed yet, so
he's doing a good job of it so far.
Good early signs.
Yeah. Caught on an iron ball for a 2-rack lead. Oh, side door.
Oh,
but it went in, and that's all that counts.
Yep.
Rigley 4-2 to the good.
There's Fraser Patrick in Matthew's corner.
Steady practice partner and mentor to have, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
not
plays
too
out of
bad.
McGoldrick's as well. He's got one of the best clubs in the country. One of the best players in the country right now, alongside him as well. There's Elliot up there as well, two of the best players in the country. You know, and many other really accomplished nine ballers in Scotland. Thriving scene. And to be fair to Matthew, he's putting the work in, doing the travelling, going to the tournaments, doing all the right things. And another good break and another shot on the two.
I mean, I don't think it's coming by accident that he's getting all
Absolutely
these shots
not.
off the break.
No.
He's getting his cue ball high enough back into the 9.
Yeah, he's found his range on the break, and yeah, you sort of need him to sit up. But the first couple, it didn't quite sit up for him, but the last couple have.
Can work with that. He's just decelled on that.
Yeah, just as such.
But not ideal here because cue ball's just tracking up. Natural cue ball movements, probably flicking that 4.
He might have to play with touch or stun to widen it out. Depends on his angle, what he can do here. He's gone to the corner.
Yeah, that was a
Lovely shot.
brave shot, but it was
the right shot.
the right shot, and he's played it well. So he's just come up on the rail here. Might have to dig down, elevate the cue as he's doing.
It's not even an issue for him right now. He's absolutely in the zone here. He's a little straight, but the way he's hitting the ball, he could pop this back out, or there's not much angle here, but he's pointing vaguely towards the centre of the table. But the way he's hitting the ball, it's easily doable for him at the minute.
Yeah,
Just had to force it as such, and I think that.
Yeah, he was just too straight, and
Yeah.
it's hard to tell from where we were, but the problem was he was just a little bit too straight, so he's just tried to force it. And these pockets, if you hit it to that far jaw, they can spit out.
Yeah.
So just a slight lapse for Matthew there.
As much as a few wriggle in at the right pace at sort of pocket speed, and they look like they play big, they can spit out at that pace. They're 4 1/8 inch, these pockets, and you can't take liberties with them, especially powering them down a rail like that.
Again, I think that's a bit of a poor shot from Stephen there. He's he could have that keyboard could have come out a lot more, and he would have been out with the position of the rest of the tables.
Yeah.
So I think, especially with the game, the way Matthew started, is very important for Stephen Ellis that he takes care of his
left him
last
cold.
four.
He's kind of sat Stephen down for a few racks, and Stephen's not really had a look in. So he sort of probably wasn't even expecting to be back at the table, so he's sort of got an unexpected chance here. And he's got a thin one.
Moments like these, I think, are quite big in this final here.
Yeah.
And he's played
that
it
nicely.
fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah, that was a nice touch there
rack,
to get
it's
around.
3 rack gap or 1 rack gap on this.
So, an 8 and 9 here. Let's go 4-3.
Yeah, nicely done. Should be 4-3 from
Yeah,
here.
simple 9. Game on.
Yeah,
4-3.
could be a bit of a
Rigley.
turning point, that.
Could be
Like I
this.
say, 5-2, 4-3 is a big difference in the scoreline. Yes, it's only 1 rack, but that 3 gap or 1 gap, you know.
Yeah, we've got predictions in the chat. Matthew to win 9-6. I think, I mean, it's so hard to tell because I think both these players, top quality. So
Yeah.
it just depends how the game goes. One little mistake, one player flies for a few racks. It could go either way, I think.
So Matthew's got to put that to the back of his mind. He's played really, really well so far. So all about the next chance now for Matthew.
Yeah, so we've got a look. So we've got another break for Stephen Ellis. Can you make that one? missed the one, I think, from the first rack. He's changing sides. It's interesting. He's missed the one again.
He's caught it a little full, I think.
Yeah, I
He's
think
a little high.
early on in this match, Steve Ellis, he hasn't found the break just yet. And compared to the way Matthew's breaking, that could prove quite important.
And just one ball slide past the 5 into the top left corner as we look at it. I think it does. He's got a natural angle to come down for the 2 ball down this bottom rail. Nicely played.
Played that really well. I think he's quite a little straight.
Yeah, I was going to say he landed maybe a touch flat. Should be able to pop it out. Play the 3 to the left centre.
These middle pockets aren't too big. Fine angles.
Yeah, they're quite nasty.
So it needs to,
These sort of angles, you almost feel like you've got more point to aim at than pocket. Well, he's just got to float this in. He's got to, again, it's going to leave him a natural angle on the 4 to get back up to the purple 5.
played that well. Now we can just draw straight to that rail where his cue's pointing. Get on that 5. Oh, okay, he's got a bit of an angle.
Yeah, it's
So
fine.
2 rails maybe. Not easy to see when you're not at the table. Yeah, he's going for 2 rails. He's going to come.
He's on the cushion. It's not the end of the world. He can just play on that sort of angle where he's just pointing to his cue. That'll enable him to come around 2 or 3 rails from 6 to 7 if he can get there.
Just the cue ball, I think he's
It's
fine.
fine. It's fine. Touch straighter than ideal, but he should have enough to work with here.
Just get on this 7. And you should be out. Yep, play that lovely. So, one needs to slow up. I think he's come a bit straight. You know, I mean, at least he's off the rail, so he can manipulate the cue ball if he needs to. Okay. Keep down on this.
Yeah. Again, the way he's cueing and striking the ball, fancying for this.
Yeah, back him to make it, but
Yeah, nicely done.
he's hitting through the ball very nice. Not twitching at all. Yeah, looks confident.
Yeah, this to regain 2-rack lead. Yeah, nice out from Matthew.
So a 5-3 lead
Yeah.
for Matthews. I think he's been the better player the first 8 racks.
Yeah. That mistake didn't linger as well.
Yeah.
He bounced back straight from it.
Right, so 5-3.
I would ask you how you got on in the challenge, but yeah, you was able to skip it this time.
Well, yeah,
nice
I mean,
run in the main, wasn't it, for you, man?
Yeah, I got to the quarters of the main event and lost to Fraser Patrick twice. I lost to Fraser in the second round, 9-7, and I went through the loser's way. And then I had to play Benji Buckley and then JJ in the last 16, and then redrew Fraser and lost 9-7
Yeah.
again. And then and then I mean, I was happy with my run to the quarters, but it would have been nice to go further. And then no tier event as I got to the quarterfinals. That's the way it works, unfortunately. So I've just been sitting and watching, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, step by
It's a nice
step.
reason to be sitting and watching, though,
Yeah.
rather than going out early doors. But
Yeah.
another phenomenal break from Matthew. Back to the action. he's really able to control the match off his break. Yes, it was a longish 2-ball, but striking it with authority again.
Yeah, and with the 4 hanging over the pocket, it's just a 4 to the 5, really.
His favourite to go 6-3 here.
Important shot here. Yeah, he's hitting the ball nice.
Touch straight. May have to go short side on the 6. Yeah. Shouldn't be a problem though. As long as he leaves himself angle, he's got a natural shot up to the 7.
And he's just got, I'd say he's just got enough angle to play with. Any more than that, then you're in danger. But I think he's okay here. He can just come 1 rail up, or he may use the 2 rails.
Plays bottom left 2 rails and out. There we go. Perfect position. Centre table.
Yeah, he might just take his medicine here.
Yeah, he could bring it back somewhere vaguely near where he is now, and he's perfect.
Just make sure you don't get in any danger of overdrawing, getting near that, anywhere near that 9.
Oh.
It's right, you know. He's I think he's just trying to, you know, as I said, you know, there's that little window, and I think he's just trying to make sure he's on that 8, and he's just tried to cheat the pocket a touch, and he's just missed, but no mistakes can happen. Just needs to, he's playing so well, so he just needs to try and bounce back from that.
I wonder if he had maybe a change of mind on that shot. He was going to draw it, then decided to stun it at the last knock-ins, and did neither. Took his half the quart.
Yeah, I think this will put a bit of fire in the belly of Stephen Ellis there.
Yeah, he's been gifted his last 2 racks. I mean, assuming he puts this away. I mean, he's 5-4. He's in the game. He's kept it close, and it could conceivably be 7-2 to Rigley at this stage.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he you know,
and looking at Matthew's body language, he's feeling that. He's maybe a good idea for him to have a bit of a tactical timeout and just go and rinse his face and take a few deep breaths.
Yeah, what do you think of the tactical timeout? I know some players try to do it at the right moments. It's I think it can,
I think it's useful. You know. Yeah, I think it's a useful thing to do at the right time. Only you know within yourself when that right time is. But I think sometimes if you've made a couple of errors the way that Matthew was, especially after playing so well, it's good to maybe think about taking a bit of a breather and just recompose yourself and reset.
Right, so can he make the 1? He misses it.
Misses it high again. He's missing it high virtually every time.
And he keeps leaving it as well. That's important to note.
Yeah, because I think if you miss it high, you are kind of taking it up towards that part of the table.
It's almost as if when Matthew's, you know, making a mistake and letting Stephen back in, he's giving the table back every time.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
The break's been such an important factor. This match. Can he run these out? Put that mistake to the back of his head. Nice friendly bump, but
it was a friendly bump, but I think it was going to be on the 2 anyway.
Yeah, but he played
in a different
good
way.
area.
Yeah.
So that sort of thing's bound to happen.
Yeah.
So it's going to come below the 3, I think. Yeah. Watch the cue ball. I think he's fine.
He is fine. I think he looked a bit anxiously at that, like he got a bit too much on it at first, but
yeah, them shots are never nice when you've got too much of an angle and you need to kind of get that sort of punchy draw stroke. It's never easy to control it.
That's a good shot. A little bit of a better shot than it looked there. He's landed it in a small area. Control that perfectly.
So just draw this up.
Draw it on and off the cushion.
Depends what angle he has here. If he can,
There we go.
Okay.
That was the shot.
Yeah, he played that confidently. Yeah, well played. It's a nice shot, queuing over the 8. Now he's just got simple 6, 7, 8, 9 to go within 3 racks of the title. Tier 1.
Just okay. I thought he was going to be a bit sort of 50-yard line there, a bit betwixt in between, but he's just come far enough.
Bear down on this.
Yeah. Natural angle to come round, 2 rails for the 8. Just float it round, play the 8 to the bottom right if he chooses to. All depends on how he sees it. Yeah, he's played it with stun. Proved me wrong going 8 to the opposite corner.
Yeah, hit that with a lot of authority.
Yeah.
So, simple 9 and off Stevens' try break. Matthews back in.
Nice out again. That's been the pattern of the last sort of 4 racks. And Matthews made a couple of mistakes off his own break when he's been in. And Stevens broke dry and Matthews dished up off a dry break. Rigley once again with a 2-rack lead at 6-4.
So, yeah, 3 racks away from Matthew. That's 3 racks away. I think if Stephen wants to win this game, he needs to get that break going. Because Matthew's been breaking very well.
Yeah.
Right, so can he get a nice opening off this break? Breaking the one in the side.
Oh, he's missed the one.
I wouldn't have thought that. Is it dry?
Yes, it's dry.
Right, dry break for Matthew.
First one on the match, in all fairness. But he's had the breakdown so well, you didn't expect it to happen, really.
So, look at this one. There's a bit of traffic. How's he going to get around for this 2?
Top right. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
2 rails.
He's actually played that really nice.
Yes. Just about okay.
I'm not sure where that 3's going. Doesn't pass in either of the bottom pockets.
Doesn't, but there's potentially a safety option if he wants it as well.
Yeah, he just needs to.
But I think he's going to attack.
I'd say it's vital that Stephen wins this rack.
Yeah, come down here, play the 3 to the right centre. Got a bit of a traffic to avoid though.
You know, it's just navigating your way around these next few walls. Oh, yeah.
He's wobbled the 2. He's wobbled the 2. He's took his eye off the part.
He's just caught the far jaw there. Anything near the near jaw, it's going to drop.
Yeah, just a slight overcut. Like I was saying earlier, you can't take liberties with these pockets. I mean, he didn't even hit that particularly hard, but slightly off target and stayed out. Matthew in again. Can he capitalise and get a 3-rack lead?
So, it does the 7 past the 9. I don't think it does. That's the shot he needs to navigate.
We'll soon find out. All depends on how he sort of plays this. I think it might slide past, you know. I think it does.
Yeah,
I
from
think
this
it does,
angle, I
yeah.
think it does. Yeah, it definitely does. He played that all like that. So, just needs
a bit of a draw, try and leave it straight.
Make sure he
straight-ish.
Yeah, keep down on the shot, keep through the ball.
That's okay. It's not ideal, but on and off the left-hand rail, he's been hitting these shots pretty good all match.
Get up off the shot.
Yeah,
You
good
don't feel
move there.
comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, just leaving it a cut like that did make it missable. I fancied him to make it.
Yes.
He's been making them all match so far.
It's an
and
important shot in this match, has to be said.
Yeah.
Just caught that far jaw. I think.
Yeah.
You know. Oh no,
It's fine.
that's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
I thought there was a moment there where he's overdrawn that, but it's all right. So
Again, that's a bit like you in the last shot. I thought that was going to go a bit further there at first.
yeah. Take
He's
care.
okay.
Take care of this 9.
Mid-range stock shot. Not a problem. There we go. And once again, Ellis within 1 off a Rigley error. And it's harsh. I mean, I'm sat here because I'm out of the tournament, so it's a bit harsh to criticise. I don't mean it critically. But he could have had this game wrapped up 9-2. He's had the chances.
And yeah, it has to be said, he's played very well, Matthew. So far, it's just a few misses,
Yeah.
and that's literally that's all it's been.
And it's been late in racks as well, I think.
Yeah. I think he's had the control pretty much of he's had most of the table time. He's breaking better. Just
Well, I think
2 or 3 misses.
I think Stevens almost stood there at 6-5 behind, thinking, "Oh, am I still in this match?"
Yeah.
Matthew's played all the pool really. The last 3 racks that Stevens won have, honestly, they've been gifts really.
So here we go. Can he make the 1? He's gone further out on the break box, and he's missed the 1 again.
Top draw is still fractionally thick on it.
And he's tied the 3. I don't
think it's tied. I think he's.
Yeah, maybe the 3 just passes.
Yeah, I think it passes to this bottom right. But he's got to negotiate 1 to 2. Oh, has he made a ball? I didn't see a ball go out.
Yeah, neither did I. Oh. But shows we're paying attention.
Yeah. It's been a long weekend, Carl.
Yeah.
You've been living it up after making the quarters. I've been chopping my way through the challenge to the last 16, then dogging it.
Everyone dogs it at one point. It hurts, but it's just learn, right?
You'd think I'd learn after all this time, though, Carlo. You know what I mean? I've been dogging it for 20 years nearly, brother. Yeah, the 5 ball went down. I didn't even see where it went.
No, right. So now this is a nice straight jaw stroke. To get on 2, I think the 3 is available in the bottom right and
left centre. Yeah, left centre, bottom right area.
Oh, he's going with a follow. Yeah.
He's turned it down.
Interesting.
I can understand that. He's played it well. He's got the cover.
It's a brilliant shot, really.
Yeah. See, sometimes these shot selections are key. You know, a lot of players would have tried to deep draw that and play the aero shot and run out.
Yeah.
Stephen perhaps not quite feeling it on his game at the minute.
I think that shows a lot of experience in that shot choice.
Yeah. And sometimes turning down even sort of a straight pot, he's played that well. But even turning down
great shot.
Turning down a sort of straightish pot is sometimes feels like the correct move. And good kick from Matthew though.
I think he can see.
He can see it, but Matthew's managed to contain it off the kick there.
And
Stevens played a good save.
But he's got a nice kick on here, so he just needs to line us up. A bit of spin, and he can kick. Yeah, see what he's pointing at. He wants to kick this one. Just hold that key ball behind the 3-9.
It's a difficult shot this far from the cushion to stop it dead. Which is what he's going to look to do. He's got to hit this perfectly.
It's a foul. No,
I think he's going to
alright.
reach it, but I think he's going to leave it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't think there was a 2-rail kick on there, but ideally you'd want to kick at that kind of ball 2 rails because then you're almost bound to get separation.
Yeah.
Kicking it 1 rail, both balls are going to go in the same direction there.
Yeah. Something you know how
Unless you
important.
hit it absolutely, they needed a bit more pace on it to stop it. I think that the pace has kind of come out of the ball, and that's why it ran through a little.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Stevens
very
played a
nice.
good shot there, well controlled, and he is a nice angle as well, potentially into level.
Yeah, I think. I still don't think Stevens really settled
No,
yet in this game.
I'd agree with that. I'd agree with that, and he's, like I say, I think he's there thinking I'm still in the game here somehow.
And that might fire him up. Feel like now. Here's his opportunity. And yeah, he's just going to come 1 rail out for this 4. Just need to mind that middle pocket.
Middle pocket's in play here.
It might be worth even not using the rail here because that middle pocket's quite large.
Yeah, he's not playing it. Just rolling through.
Watch out.
That's lovely.
Good shot. Yeah,
that's his snooker background. Just that little sort of rolling dead weight shot. That comes from his. He's going to be accomplished at those sort of shots from his snooker days.
That's a very uncomfortable shot for us pool players.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, play that nice. So now, 4 balls you wouldn't expect player of Stephen Ellis's caliber to miss. To go 6-6. So probably a race to 3. Let's see how he plays this. Yeah, no problem.
He's got options here straight, so he could just stop it pretty much there if he wants to. Little soft stop shot should hold easily enough for the 8 ball. Oh, don't know if he's quite got the angle to sort of play a bit of a power stun and come sort of past the 9.
Yeah, just
See
making
what he
sure.
does. No, he did. He had a bit more angle than I thought there.
So play that confident.
Yeah. These angles can be a little bit deceptive on our screens here. You're never quite sure unless you're behind the shot what angles you've got. But elementary 9 ball to level, proceedings at 6 each.
6-6. I think Matthew's going for a timeout here. Is he?
Yeah.
I think
Good
that's
decision.
A smart move. He just lost 2 racks on the spin.
Stevens also going.
6-6 here in this Tier 1 final. Results elsewhere. Who won the Tier 2 final? It was the Hill, wasn't it?
James Lee. James Lee won it on the hill.
Yeah, it was a very entertaining final. I watched it.
Very dramatic, wasn't it? Very dramatic.
And that's the only way we like it, right?
I feel a bit for Carl. You know, he had chances to win, and you could almost sort of see the anxiety and tension building up in him. And you know, to be fair to James, James is a decent player. He turned me over in the main event. To be fair to him, and he you know, he can play. You know, and enough chances fell to him that he held himself together slightly better in the end.
Yeah. But you'd hope Carl gets another opportunity to win this title.
I think he will. You get there once you're capable of doing it again, you know.
Yeah,
I think that he'll learn from that experience, you know.
That'll be valuable lessons, but of course it's going to hurt.
And again, I sort of, not to harp on about the last time I was on comms, but I mentioned the last time talked about the Tier 2 final that day. And it's difficult for Tier 2 players to be centre stage. You know, you're in this arena, the cameras are on you.
Definitely.
In the old days of GB9, the Tier 2 finals and the Tier 1 finals weren't on the TV table.
Yeah.
So Tier 2 players aren't used to being centre stage. They aren't used to just the feeling of the cameras being on them.
Yeah,
big arena,
everyone watching.
people watching. It's difficult out there. I don't care what anyone says. You know,
It is.
it's difficult when you know all eyes are on you, especially when you're not used to it.
Yeah, but great run for Carl Williams this week into the final, so it's good to see. it's a very strong field. There's definitely some more players we've seen at this event compared to the last event, which is good to see.
I mean, going back to Tier 1, really. I mean, if you look at the guys that come through the winner's side of Tier 1 to the last 16, that was essentially a main event. It was that strong, you know. And even, you know, the losers that come through the loser's side to the last 16, most of those have been to last 16s and main events before.
Yeah, we've got
you know,
such a strong field.
you know, you look at that last 16. I mean, that's brutal. But the 8 players that come through.
Yeah, Stephen Ellis,
Ellis, Foster,
what
JJ4.
game that was, by the way. Hill.
Yeah. Imran in the challenge. That's enough said, really.
Adrian Pollard,
you know,
he's had a good week.
Adrian Pollard, very capable player. I've not seen him before, but I've seen bits of him playing in his matches, and very good player. Ashik been smashing up everything and everyone.
Tom Stavely, obviously, we
all know. Phil Wildman, we all know. I mean, that's brutal. That is brutal. You know, and
that's what you want.
And at the end of the day, if you sort of look through the results, only one of the players that came through that winner's side lost in the last 16, which shows the strength of him. And it was Matthew Rigley, who's got to the final, that was the exception. He beat Ashik, who come through the winner's side. So that shows you the strength of Tier 1. You know. But there's quite a few close games there as well. Foster 7-6 over Taylor. JJ 7-5 over Archibald and Corkill. I'm not going to mention my result. Adrian Pollard 7-5 against Steve Della. You know. And even the 7-4s, Tom and Bash 7-4, Phil and Benji 7-4. They could only be 1 or 2 shots in those.
Even in the main event, there's so many like strong games. Joe Prince and Stephen Ellis went hill.
Yeah.
So many tight games.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, back to it.
Back to action. Both players back.
Can he make the one?
And there we go.
His cue ball's high.
His cue ball's high. But he's got a shot, and he's got the 3 lines up as well. That's a good result. But he's made the 1 ball and got control. Got Julian Roper over my shoulder here. Hello, Julian.
Oh, we have the best ref in the building.
Very stealthy. I didn't realise until I smell his coffee or whatever he's got here.
That looks like coffee to me.
Yeah. Heard but never seen.
Shout out to the refs, doing a great job.
Yeah.
On this event.
We've got a very accomplished refereeing team here at GB9. I'm very lucky.
So it's important, you know, these events, and the setup's so great. All the tablets, you can call a ref over through the tablet. Just little things. It's a really great event. So get involved, guys. Right, looking at this, he's come a bit straight on this 3.
A little bit straight, but he could come back, play the 4 to the left centre.
Yeah,
he could easily pop this out there if he doesn't quite hit it right.
Be a great response to come with a break and run here after the way he was feeling. So, he's bumped into the 4, and he's come a little bit awkward on this. I don't think the bank is lying up, and I think that is a nasty little cut.
It's a nasty little cut, but I don't think he's got an option really.
Yeah, he's going to go for it.
Roll this out. And somewhere near where the 4 is ideally.
I think he'll make this.
Yeah, Noru's overcut in, he's left it hanging. The thing is, again, it looks a really bad miss. But that near point on that middle pocket, it plays a big part in your eye line, and you sort of think, don't hit that, go far jaw, and then you can always overcompensate just a touch, and I think that's what he's done.
Yeah, to be fair to him, it's a much harder shot than it looks. Yeah. And it can be missed very easily into the middle pockets. So Stephen Ellis, he's come a bit short there. And
he has, but I don't think it's a problem.
Yeah, he just needs to mind his work here. You know, coming into the 9. Or can he go 1 rail across? I mean, there's a lot of travelling to do there.
Yes, he's got options.
Yeah, he's played that well.
Landed a bit. Has he got angle? I think he can just about float up towards the 7. It might be short side. It might be a bit
funny
straight.
With this game, you put yourself just off angle of 1 ball, and then for the next 6 balls, you're chasing the rack.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is he can just got enough angle to float up towards that short side left-hand rail.
A bit of awkward queuing. Just hit through the ball nice there.
Oh, he's played it.
He's gone round.
Round it.
No, he's not on it. he's going to elect to play some sort of safety.
Yeah.
I think he's going to flick this 7 to the short rail and behind the 8.
Yeah, I don't know whether I was sort of imagining things. I just thought floating it through. He's cut it in.
Oh, all right, Stephen. No, he's not going to scratch, but
He's not going to scratch. Cameron's left is horrible. I mean, I don't. So I just think that 6 ball, you just kind of float it through, go short side, take your medicine a little bit.
Big shot.
But this is a massive, massive shot. Just knocks it in like it's over the hole. That's a brilliant shot.
That is such a good shot.
Didn't think about it too much. Eyed it up, got down, fire. This was 7-6.
What a big rack that is.
That's a big clearance, especially the position he put himself in there.
Yeah, little puff of the cheeks there. Stephen knows what a big rack that is.
Almost out of nowhere. Ellis is ahead. Ellis is ahead, 7-6.
Oh yeah, see he's smiling there. He's that was a nervy 8, but he's a lot to learn off that. He's really pushed, for people watching, picking up the game. He's on the rail, and the thing I've noticed, he pushes through the cue ball so well. So I think that's what Chinese 8 would play, right? So much more accuracy needed, but every shot, even on a long shot, that cue goes right through the cue ball, and a really straight line. And yes, that's why he makes big shots under pressure, just like that.
He's very strong mentally as well.
I don't really know him that well, so
he admitted himself he perhaps had a few sort of mental, not breakdowns as such on the table, but you know what I mean. He wasn't the strongest mentally some years ago. There, he's found that adjustment.
4-2. Oh, the three's tied up.
But yeah, he's worked hard on the mental side of his game. And
he's super important.
And it's made a massive difference to him. He's been getting some great results on the Chinese 8-ball scene. And he won the main event here last time out. Obviously ahead in a final of a Tier 1 here now as well. So the talent's always been there, is unquestioned. But 80-90% of this game is between those ears.
Yeah, and so important little safety shot. Can he get behind that 7? Oh, he's
just under hit a little. Just under hit a little.
I think he's got the hook, but I think Matthew can see an edge.
Yeah, he can see he's got options here. I mean, he can use the 9, he can use the 5. It all depends on how he sees this.
I think
could use the 7.
Stephen be disappointed with that shot.
Yeah, he's handed over control here. One good shot from Matthew, and he's got control of this rack.
Could have been better.
Could have been better. He's got an easy hit here.
But where's the 3 going? So this is where the kicking is super important. So is he looking at kicking this thin, kicking this thick? So he needs to see what percentage he can get lucky.
Yeah, it's not about hitting the ball. That's a given. It's about the control of it and what he's going to leave.
Where are you going to get best results hitting it either side of the ball? That's what. It's what's important to look. It's like some of these top guys.
I'm not sure.
So good.
Yeah, they're kicking at top levels immense.
I think some players would look at the jump here, to be honest.
They would, but it's the wrong shot.
Yeah.
Because you're too close to the side rail, it can easily jump off.
Oh, he's just hit that.
Yeah, I think he's played cue ball here down to this bottom rail.
He's hit that with a nice draw, so he's, at least he's going to make Matthew earn this.
But what you're saying about the kicking there, your real top end 9 ballers and your top Asian players and even your top Europeans, that they would perhaps look for something a bit more subtle there.
Yep.
And nail it. Good shot from Matthew. Well cued.
Well played, Matthew. It's a great shot.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what kick was on there.
It was
a tough little situation. Maybe he tried to sort of jam it right close to the 3 and look towards that top right pocket. See if he could perhaps make it. Oh, Matthew has had a moment there. He looked to be a bit...
Is he going to get some cover?
No, he looked to be up a bit quick on that one to me. As he left it cuttable to the right centre.
A lot of pressure out there.
Yeah. And the pressure is exacerbated by the 3 misses he's made. Because he knows he should be.
And he's played so well.
He should have done his interviews, his handshakes, and be on the way to the shop to get some Windolene to clean that trophy with. He's left it cuttable, and he's got an
that's
extra
great.
angle down, and he's...
It has to be said, he's played that really well.
He has played it well, but Stephen is favourite to go 8-6 in a race to 9.
So now he just needs to mind his work here. How's it going to go on his 6? 1 rail?
He could go forward 2 rails with side.
I think I like that, keeping it simple.
Again, I weren't quite sure of the angle. I thought he might have been a bit flatter on that. But he's not left this ideal.
he's
He's
queuing
queuing
a little
around
bit
and
funny.
over that 9 a little bit.
And he's got to come down for the
down to
7.
7. Almost a little kill.
That's a bit funny, Dave.
Yeah. Funky little shot, this. That's about as good as he could do there.
Yeah, again.
But again, he's got such a steep angle on this 7, and he's got to try and...
Yeah, it's not ideal.
Does he power this and go up and down the table? That's a big shot. Or does he just try and float it?
Like floating
I think
this in.
floating it's the one. Yeah, he's done neither. I don't... dear. Wow.
Yeah, big pressure, that shot.
Yeah, I don't think he fully made his decision on that one. I'm not sure. Matthew for 7 each.
And he's been gifted an opportunity back.
Yep.
Which I think definitely helps. So, routine 9 ball.
Routine 9 for 7 each. Yep. This is where it's about mentality now. 7 all in a final. Obviously, they've both got talent. They both can play. That's not within question. But like I've just said, it's the psychology of it. 80 or 90% of it's between the ears.
Yep.
And this is where the one that holds it together the best will come through.
Thanks for the comments, guys. Shout out Ziggy. How are we doing, Ziggy?
Oh, hello, Ziggy. I didn't see that.
Hope you're doing well, mate.
Afternoon, pal. Thought you'd be playing. I'm assuming he's playing and watching this at the same time. He's never off the table, that lad.
Of course he is. Yeah, dedication.
Yeah.
I admire the dedication from
Absolutely.
Ziggy. It's amazing.
No one loves the game more than Ziggy.
Yeah.
Danny King with us. Hello, Danny. Good to have you with us.
Right, 7 racks all.
Developer of the One Rack and Kinshin.
Yes. Oh no. Oh, he's in. He's in here. This is exciting. This is where we want it.
But again, another good break from that. Yeah, he was close to the scratch, but he's hit them well. He's made the 1 ball.
That 4 is the problem. How's he going to navigate the 4, Dave?
Well, let's navigate 2 to 3 first.
Get ahead of myself.
Yeah. I don't think the 4 goes past the 8 to the bottom right. And from where he is on the 2, here's a tricky one. Good start. No. This is where you need to have a bit of a think. Where's the 4 ball going? What's available?
I don't really like that shooting at the combo.
Nope.
I like Cummings. I don't know.
Now, if he lands centre table-ish, is there value to the carom on the 8? Maybe, I don't know. Or coming underneath it, I think is the shot. But just thinking of options, really. Just thinking of options.
He just pointed his cue to the bottom rail. If he can get his cue ball around there, then he can play killer safe. Yeah, I think that's what he's playing.
Gonna get stuck behind the 6, maybe. Yeah.
No,
Yeah, the slide on the club. I can see what he was trying there, but it's not going to grip as much. On a club table, he probably gets there.
Yeah, it's quite an elaborate shot he was trying. I don't
think there was too many options though, in all fairness.
I quite liked the I like the vision of that shot, because then you can really stick your opponent behind the 4 and probably win the rack from there. So
yeah. No, I don't think he's got much here. I mean, this is a horrible situation.
Yeah, I think it's
a one-way kick. You almost hit and hope and give it a chance for something good to happen.
Yep, I agree.
That's the one.
Oh, he's nearly made that. And he's got lucky, I think.
You just give it a chance for something good to happen.
And it has.
You know, people say about rolls, luck, etc. You've got to hit the shot in a certain way to give it a chance. I mean, he could easily have stuck that up. He could easily have made it, and anything in between. And it's a little bit fortunate, but he gave it a chance to be fortunate.
I think that's the way the game goes. You could very easily in another day hit that kick shot and leave that forward passing.
Anything can happen.
So I don't really. What does he see here? How's he played that?
Good shot.
How's he played that? That was a brilliant shot.
Good shot. Again, good percentages.
Big jump here. Very equipped to the jump cue, Matthew, as we saw earlier. He's 1 out of 1 for jumps in this game.
Quite a short distance between cue ball and blocking ball.
He's got a 3-piece Jacoby cue. Does he take the bottom bit off? I'm wondering. Yeah. Let's make it a bit lighter.
He's got to get this up pretty quickly. He's got to be pretty accurate with this. But close.
How's he going to leave it? Oh, he's going to get.
No, there's options here. He can float it up
behind the 7.
He can stick it behind the 7, or he can float it up top right because he's got a natural angle to come out off the right rail for the 5. Just depends how he sees it.
I think sticking it behind the 7 is the shot because the 6 isn't exactly, automatic position off the 5. So
it's not.
Yeah, I quite like.
I totally agree with what you're saying. It just depends on how Stephen sees it.
It depends. If you're feeling on top of the world, you probably just pot this ball and fancy just drawing off the 5. But, I think sticking it behind a 7 for me. The shot I'd play. He's playing the he's potting it.
No.
Right. So how's he going to navigate the 6? This is.
I think he's got pretty much a straight draw to come below it, and he'll either drop it into the right centre or he'll be below it to relate to the top right.
Yeah. This is the thing I've had when I've had some coaching recently. I've been told sometimes you don't even want to give your opponent a chance to come back at the table because they can get lucky. You can
100%. There we go.
And this is how he's thought of it. Is, how well Matthew's playing. Matthew could kick out.
Well, I think there's also the element of, like we were saying earlier, Ellis is in this game and he shouldn't be. So he's thinking, right, I'm going to boot the door down here. I ain't going to knock on it. I'm going through it. And
played that well.
And he's got to make sure this 8 can't be too slack on this 8 because the 9's not on its spot. It's a little bit out, but
doesn't want to get straight on this 8. Just wants to come back.
Again,
maybe 2 or 3 balls.
Shouldn't be a problem for him.
Anywhere here where the cue ball is. Oh, that's straight. That's straight.
It is straight.
See, he's smiling to himself. Okay, he's hit that sweet.
Yeah. Maybe a touch more angle available than we thought at first, but this for the hill. Ellis 8-7 on the hill first. And he's got the break. And he's thinking to himself, please, one good break here. Leave him sitting. He's not hit the break particularly well all match, but it only takes 1 from this point on. Just the 1.
Yeah. So, can he find the 1? I think,
quite honestly, in this situation, he'll take a random ball. He just wants it to sit up. But yeah, the 1 ball is obviously what he's looking for.
I think you got a feel for Matthew here. If he loses this off a break and run, he's played so well. With just a few chances we've gone missing, and that's been the difference really.
But he's got to remember he's still in the game.
Yeah, of course. All he needs is 1 chance, and it's his break on the hill.
That's it. And the way he's hit his break, he'll fancy getting a chance.
So, can he find that 1? I think there we go. Right, that's the camera angle we need. He's missed the 1. And
slightly
I think
top
he's
draw
left
again.
it. Oh, he's just got bumped.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a similar theme. Every one of Steve Ellis' break, he's missed that 1 high.
Yeah, I mean, he made the 1 ball on his last break, but yeah.
And definitely on 2 or 3 occasions, he's left that 1 near the top right-hand corner.
Yeah. He was heading that way again until the bump on the 2. But Matthew's got options here. He's back at the table. Going to thin it off the left edge of the 1, I think, come round. There we go.
Yeah, so he's coming round.
4 balls blocking.
That is a brilliant shot. That's really well played there. He's, you got to have a look at it. If he doesn't make this ball, you got to have a look at the 3 fouls. I know it's an early shout. I think he's going to make this hit.
I think he's going to hit the ball. He's going to come off on rail.
It's not too hard of a hit, but make sure you hit this.
Make sure you hit it, and again, you're kind of hoping for something good to happen here.
So,
I mean, another couple of rolls on, and he's behind the 8 ball as well, and then Stephen would have been in a world of trouble.
keep an eye where this 4 ball's going to go.
Yeah.
Is he going to leave it? Keep an eye on the 4. Keep an eye on the 4.
Oh, it's blocked
no.
off the cut to the right pocket.
Yeah, the 4. I thought the 4 was going to play a factor there. I mean, obviously he's got a pocket, but blind cut. Yeah, he's looking to use the slide and come round 2 rails below the 2. This isn't an easy shot.
Yeah, that was the
he's
shot.
played safe.
That was the shot.
And what a
he's
brilliant
played
shot
that
is
so
there.
well. Absolutely welded in behind that 2 ball, and
That I think
Stephen is in a world of trouble.
Yeah, I think that showed a lot of composure there because a lot of players would have shot at that, but
yeah, and he saw that shot straight away. I don't think he attacking even entered his head there. He knew that was the percentage shot.
Nice tap on the table from Stephen there. He appreciated that.
And he got a good 1 ball, so even if he doesn't get it behind the 2 ball, he's got good cover on the 1 there.
Yeah, I think.
But this is a very, very difficult situation.
I don't really see any looks at the tactical foul.
Nope.
All I see is just trying to go for the pot. There's no tactical foul on. And if you look at the table, it's very open. I fancy 8-8 here, to be honest with you.
Yeah, with ball in hand. It's a good chance. He's got to go up, down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, all
1
it
up
is,
to the 2, down to the 3,
5,
up to the 4. But
5 links to the 6.
With ball in hand, you'd fancy Matt to take these.
So, I mean, he's taking his time on this. Can he just see that long rail? I don't think he can. If he can see the long rail, well, let's see what we can do here. He needs to come with a bit of an exhibition here. Okay, he's tried to get a tactical foul. It's a good effort. I just think that's a great shot. I think from where he was, I think he's done very well.
He's just made that a touch more awkward.
I don't think you're going to play this in the middle, really, or maybe. Actually, I think it does. I think I'd probably play this in the middle. It's just about okay. What do you think?
Yeah, from where the 3 is. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it's just
You can just float that down to centre table.
maybe a hair short, but nothing you can't
It's
handle.
better to be a bit short than a bit long.
Yeah, that's it.
You can just float this down to sort of what we'd call the blue spot area, referring to the snooker spots.
So make sure to hit the thin side.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right, so navigate this.
Moments of
4
truth
ball.
now, does he?
I think definitely into the middle for me.
I mean,
I know it's tight.
Yeah, but from where he is now, does he float it? I mean, he could do.
Yeah, that's where he's
I
looking.
mean, he could play it around with plenty of side and play it to the bottom left if he chooses, but I think he's going to float this. Yeah, bit of check. Just straighten that up nicely.
I think he's gone dead straight.
Pointing at the middle of the table. I think he's got a bit of angle just to pop this back out towards the middle table again. Yeah, he's navigated that really well.
So, just off angle on the 5. Now he just needs to navigate 6 to 7 well. That's a shot. He's just off the rail, no problem. Does he just go take a follow, or does he draw out? If you play the follow, you've always got a shot.
Yeah.
You get free position. And with these pockets, I think that's a right shot to play.
Yeah, with that angle, I don't think they...
Always okay. I think he's okay, yeah. Well, actually, he's got bit of a bigger angle than I thought.
Yeah.
He might be running into the 9 here, Dave.
He might be running into the 9, but he's got to power this. He's got to... As he comes short side with a bit of screw, bit bottom right.
Harder shot than it looks.
Yeah, it was difficult. I think he played the right shot on the 6. He just under-hit it. I think he was just mindful of over-hitting it. He'd have a thin cut, long thin cut, and I think he...
So, shot for the title, pretty much. If you get on this 8...
And again, not to sort of harp on, but I played Stephen at the main event last time out, and he was nailing these. Not to say he'll do it this time, but If anyone can, it's him. Nope, not this time. Where's it tracking? Where's it tracking?
Oh no.
Oh dear. I mean, this game really can kick you in the teeth.
Oh wow.
All the
That's
good
tough.
play of Matthew, all the dominance he had early on, and a fluke has just landed Stephen
I think
with 2 of the easiest balls you could wish for to land the title.
Stephen's got a 9 to win the title. Tier 1.
What? That's
Again, this has been...
the way the game goes. Well played, Stephen. He hung in there. He was getting dominated early on. Matthew should have probably been out of sight and
I think
home and hosed, but Stephen just stuck around, took his chances, and then got that bit of fortune at the end. Well, I say a bit of fortune, it was a lot of fortune at the end with that 7 ball. But that's the game, and we've all experienced it. When you miss your chances, the game goes against you as well.
I think,
and I think it's going to be a tough one for Matthew to stomach. But
you know,
I hope he
so
sort of looks
well.
back on this with positivity and looks at how he played, with the exception of literally a few shots early on. I mean, he was winning them out with ease, and he looked like the likely winner. But as can happen, one error kind of led to another, and suddenly it's a level game, and then suddenly he's behind, and that's that.
Yeah, what drama we've had though.
Yep.
Hill in
both
the
finals.
tier 2,
Yeah,
9-7, tier 1, and then 11-7 it was in the main.
Yeah.
It's very tight competition.
But I hope that Matthew, it's going to hurt him for a while, obviously, but the potential he's got is a young player.
Yep.
He's got a great setup and great people around him. He's going to win stuff, that significant stuff, I think, in the future. That all the tools are there. This is a learning process, and he's going to hurt. But
well done to Stephen Ellis.
Well done to Stephen Ellis. Did what he had to do. And another title on the GB9. Class act on and off the table, Stephen. And I'm sure he's going to have some kind words with Matthew of consolation. But again, as I was saying about Matthew, all the tools are there for him to have a good run at this game. And he'll learn from that. He'll learn. Every day's a school day at this game, Carlo.
Yep. All right, well, thanks for tuning in, guys, and watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Thanks for the comments.
And hopefully we did a decent job, Carlo. Hopefully it was all right.
Yeah. Oh, you're right, Tash. Big up, Tash. Big up the table fitter.
Yeah. Staveley's tuning in. Winner of the last one.
Yep. So, all right. Thanks, guys.
Nice to have you all with us. Hope you've enjoyed the show. And it's mid-September for the next one here, which I'm sure we're all looking forward to.
Of course.
And hopefully
it'll be a Dave Hopkins, Carlo Blasi main event final.
He's nailed on. Nailed on, brother. September 12th, was it? Sorry, I got my dates wrong. I think it's because I booked all my travel for the 11th. But yeah, mid-September, next one. And until then, we'll see you all soon.
Yeah, right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.
Sit out.
Hey, yeah, let's see how you do under pressure. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, a moment can live on forever.